Hi, second time today, major experiment, haven't got a clue what I am doing. As you can see, we have a poor dolly here. Now, I got her in a mixed bunch of items. I think you'll have seen it where I got the case, etc. Lovely collection of items. And this is a lovely doll. She's got no damage or anything, but she was very loose. Her arms dropped off and she just needed to be tightened up. Now, I didn't have a clue on this, so I did put out a message onto the Dollycon group, and there were some lovely people who did help me out. Thank you, Gavin, particularly for sending me this, because this is what joins her arms together. So this is actually a proper piece. This is what is designed for the doll. So that solved the arm problem. Now, I know there are a lot of people out there that buy the dolls in a very sort of TLC state, deliberately to take them apart. So if you know anybody, or keep an eye on eBay, or just ask around, somebody might actually have the genuine pieces. I was very lucky enough to have a friend who had this, so he was nice enough to send it to me. But then there's some of the others were mentioning how you could use different things for using it. I have some loom bands. Haven't got a clue whether they'll be good enough. I have some knicker elastic. That was a suggestion. I have some shearing elastic. So I've got a selection of things and I'm going to see what I can do. I managed to get her head off because I really didn't know how to get, as you can see, I'm going to cut this in a second so you will really see. You can see there's like an elastic that's holding her there, and it looks like it goes into sort of like a plug at the top. So I had to get her head off. Now, as I learned very quickly, they don't come off very easily. I can remember as a child they did, but I think she's a hard head. There's not much movement there. So I did have to soak her in some hot water and then just gently manipulate it, and it came off quite comfortably, no damage. You can see she's still a bit grubby, bless her, but I thought I'd deal with the internals before I dealt with anything else. She looks a bit sad, don't you think? She looks a bit sad, so I think she really needs this. So I'm going to be really brave here, and I'm just going to cut this main sort of elastic here. So are you ready for this? I have, this good. She's done. Right, so that's that bit out. So I think we can see how it's all going to go together. And then there was this. Now I could see there's this little plug in here. And now I don't know how I'm going to get it. Oh, no, if you check carefully, look, it pushes out. Now, unless you've got one of these from a doll that has been damaged, what do you do? So I'm sat there pondering, and I'm wondering whether this knicker elastic would work well, but then I'm thinking it needs something to pull through to stop it. So I've got some different beads, various different beads, to see if I can create some sort of block. Because if I take this out, we need to make sure it's bigger than that hole so it doesn't pull back out. So that's broken. I couldn't think of any other way of getting it out because I couldn't see how. I mean, you can see her leg elastics. Yeah, it's not very elegant, is it? But you can see they're a little loose, but they're strong. The elastic looks fine. So I thought, well, we'll be okay with that, even though she's a little bit loose. It was just the body, because she literally just hung limp over my hand. So this is the one that's going to be the big, big experiment. So let's cut this elastic out. Because obviously when they were created, this was put in before these were probably clipped together. Now, I'm not going to risk trying to break them apart because I'm just probably going to make a complete and utter mess. So I decided to just completely remove this piece of elastic. And I know I've got these loom bands, but I was thinking more just seeing if they work for the arms, even though I've got a proper one for the arms, just to see if it works. So I think I am going to use this elastic. A little concerned it might be a bit thick. I'm not sure. But obviously I'm going to have to double it over for what I want. So for now, I'm just going to take this one. And I've got that end bit as well, so I've got to count as if that's in. And I'm also going to have to tie a knot at the top where the beads are. So I do need to allow myself quite a bit more. So I've probably worked on double the amount. So I'm going to give that a trim. I did put some shearing elastic down here as well, but it doesn't... Let me see if I can... You can snap it, so I think that shearing elastic's out. This isn't going anywhere. This is good. This is good. designed to hold knickers up everywhere. So I don't know whether it's a bit thick. I don't know whether I could have got a narrower one. I'm not sure, but we will see. So I'm going to now try to thread this under here. Now, as you can see, that doesn't want to come up very easily. So I do have some of my crochet hooks with me. Let me grab one out. This one will do. And what I'm hoping, I should have got some tweezers. I'm so disorganised when I'm doing things. I just decide I want to do something, and that's all I'm bothered about. And I don't actually think about what I've got to do. Oh, she's wiggling about. That's not going to work. So crochet hooks don't work. I'm going to actually use my scissors, as long as I don't cut it, as long as I carefully, it's not going through, is it? I'm just making my own life difficult here. I'm hoping I'm not, can you see? I've moved that off camera, that's really bad. Right, I've just used my scissors to gently pull it through. Now it looks about the width of that piece of metal, so that's a good sign to start with. So, and these need to come together. And now I've got to think about threading her body. Now, I think the arms can safely be done afterwards. So let's see if we can get this through. I might have to do one at a time. Oh, yes, I will have to, because look, can you see on the inside? It's a much smaller gap. So can we get this knicker elastic through? That is going to be the test, because there is not. Should we go either side? What do you think? I'm sure some of you are going to probably be sat laughing at me doing this. I'm actually going to go either side. Not sure what difference that makes, but we can soon find out. So that's to one side and through the head. I'm going to hold that now. This I'm going to put through the other side. I suspect it is supposed to go through the middle, but this elastic's too wide for that. Right, come on, come on, come on. Slowly, slowly. There we go. So, that's pretty strong. Yeah, that's pretty tight there. So now we have to go through this little headpiece. It's quite small, so again, I'm just going to fold the elastic and see if I can push it through. I can hear the rain outside. It's gone I've got my back to the window, but I can feel it's gone really dark, and now I can actually hear the rain. It's not very nice out there. And the thing is, I've got to go in with my granddaughter to a swimming lesson very soon, so we are going to get wet, I think. Right, so I've folded the elastic to get it through, but it's gone through. I'm pleased with that. I suspect getting the tension's not going to be the easiest bit now, because if it's too tight, she's going to, well, literally be too highly strong. You'll not be able to move her. But then you don't want it too loose, so I'm not sure how tight to pull this. I think that feels about right. See, my other Sindys are not strung like this. They're all the solid ones, so I've not got all this to worry about. So now my only problem is, if I tie a knot, will it just drop straight through? Or do I use a bead? I don't know. So we're going to have to try it. I'm hoping, actually, the thickness of this might become advantageous. I'm going to try and knot it. I make a big knot in it, and hopefully it will stop it pulling through. So I think I'm quite comfortable with that. She's not, I can't really hold it properly. There's not much floppiness. She's not floppy, which is what I don't want it to be. So I'm going to have to pull it a little bit tighter to do the knot. That's the only thing. And this is where my fingers are going to go blue, because I'm going to wrap it around my finger. And this is hard. Right, and I'm going to try. Oh, I might have done it and do a knot. Right, pull it tight, pull it tight. I'm going to let go. If it goes all the way through, I'm starting again. Are we ready? Ah, it stayed, but I'm not overly, oh, I don't know. Should I risk that? I mean, the thing is, that didn't take much doing. It didn't cost me next to nothing. I sort of probably 50p, something like that for the elastic. Do I do that? Do I leave it at that? I'm just going to have a quick look through, because I've got to get this through there as well. I'll not fasten that off just yet because we need to work out how to do those arms. I think her body, I'm happy with that. It's not overly loose. So I'm sure some of you will be yelling at me, you don't do that. But we have to experiment, else we never find out. So this is the arm. Now, these do look a little worn. There's a little bit of scuff, but it's pretty solid otherwise. So I'm hoping this is going to be enough of an answer. Right, first of all, we need to get our arms the right way around. So we'll go with this one. So I need to hook this on and pull it tight. So I think I might have to use the crochet hook now. This is where it might come in useful. So let's have a look. I need one. All right, this is a 3mm crochet hook, because what I need to be able to do is hook that. Don't think that's big enough. I think we need a bigger one, bigger one, bigger one. What size? There's a 4. Let's see, because really, there's no point in hooking it and then it drops off, but then that's a bit big. But that might, because it's got to stretch across the body, hasn't it? So, question is, should I have done the arms before the torso? I don't know, that's a bit chicken and egg, isn't it? Because I've now got to try and get past that piece of elastic in there. So I'm going to try and push it in so it comes round the back of it. So I can just, can you see it just peeping out there? So what I'm hoping now is with the crochet hook, if it'll do it, otherwise we need those tweezers again. I really should have got some tweezers. All right, because this hook is not good enough. Oh no, I've got it. Look, so we've pulled it through. Oh no, don't tell me I've snapped it. Please don't tell me I've snapped it. I've snapped it. Right, so now we're going to find out the hard way where the loom bands work. Oh dear, especially after being given that as a nice gift. Oh dear. Right, lesson learned. I'm not sure whether that is obviously because these are still old as well, like the dolls are. But let's have a go. Let's see how... See, they don't feel very tight, these, to me. Let's see how they work. No point in having an experiment if it doesn't... If we can't get it to work, can we? Let's have a look. Well, it's easier to do that. I suppose that's a start. They don't feel very tight. That's the only thing. Someone also suggested, you know, the bands you get on braces for your teeth. That was another suggestion, but my dentist doesn't actually have them. You'd have to go, well, that has held her arm. Look how quick, that was actually really quick as well. It's held her arms, but a bit loose. I think that is too loose. So I'm going to take that out again and pull it through. Now I wonder if we could double it over. Shall we try? Makes it very small. Doubled over. So I've just twisted it twice. I'm going to put the band through, the hook through even, and we're going to pull it through. Well, that worked-ish. Let's see how tight that makes it. So I've just hooked the other arm in. You know, actually, that's not too bad. Because they are meant to be a little bit more loose-limbed, because she does have that sort of mobility compared with the others. You know, I'm actually quite content with that. I think I might look into maybe if I could get the teeth ones, we call them braces over here, retainers, for your mouth. But I think temporarily, I mean, these cost, I mean, this is just a fraction of the bag I bought. And first of all, I thought, they don't seem very strong, but they're not bad actually. But then it cost me 50p. So if it didn't work, I can see how easy it is to re-put her arms in. So I'm going to go with that for now, till I get her all cleaned up and decide. And hopefully some of you guys are going to give me a bit more information. I do jump in with both feet instead of asking. But sometimes I think you learn by your mistakes. Like then, lesson learned, be careful with these. Because, I mean, that would have been so great for her to have the original one. But me being clumsy like I am, I've gone and been a little bit sort of bull at a china shop and I've gone and broken it. I hope I'm not going to be like this. I've got my Gaia Cortex Smart doll to build as soon as my birthday comes round. Yeah, only got a few more days, can't wait. But I really do need to not be so politicate. I have to organise myself with that. But at least we've learned that loom bands are okay, and I think we've learned beads were not necessary, because I was imagining having to tie a bead here to stop it dropping through her neck. I think that's enough. I think I might have to tie another knot just for peace of mind. I'm just going to tie another knot in there. One. As long as it sits inside her head, you're not going to see it, are you? Two. Right, so I'm going to risk trimming that off now. And I think she's, well, slightly bodged, but sort of repaired. Now, again, the head going on is not going to go on like this. Now, I've brought some water upstairs with me. I'm hoping it's still warm. This is supposed to be a little thermos, but I'm not convinced it stays that warm. So let's just pour some water in. Oh, no, it's actually quite good. I bought this to take to the gym with me. Yes, those who know me, I've started going to the gym. There's a shocker. But again, those that know me, is I did spend 20 years in the fitness industry. It's only been recent years health stopped me doing that. So I'm having to catch up now, and it is so hard. Right, I'm going to pop her in, and I'm just going to try and heat her up. Hoping I've got enough time to do this. Just looking at her hair while I'm doing it. It's not actually bad, you know. She's got most of her hair there. So it's soft. You see? Let me move it over here a bit. You see it's starting to soften a bit. Let's get a bit more in there. Because I don't want to split it, because I have got one and I've not done it, but there's like a little split in the back, because I can remember as a kid myself, you know, pulling the head off to put certain things on and things like that. But these harder heads, they're more likely to split if you're too rough with them. I don't want her eyelashes and things coming out either, because obviously it melts the glue if you put it in too hot. She might be getting a reroot yet, because the hair's all there, but it's not the smartest hair I've ever seen. But looks like she's had a bit of a good play somebody's had with this one. All right, shall we see if we can squeeze this head on now? That looks nice and soft now. Let's see. It's not easy because her neck then comes out. Oh, hang on. She's going. I think I've done it. I don't know whether I like the fact that she's so flat. Oh dear, what have I done? Caved her head in there, poor thing. No, there we are. She's okay. Just rinse her hair out a bit because she's putting water all over the cloth, but never mind. But, well, obviously she'd need to bend. That's her legs that's allowed her to bend then. Her head's a bit heavy, but compared with when I first got her, she's holding. When I got her, she literally hung like that in my hands. So it was clear the elastic had completely gone. Now, if I can do the same, I'll just hold her with the bottom. Oh, she's going. That's pretty sound. Yeah. She looks pretty solid. So not bad for a 50p loom band and a bit of knicker elastic. So that is something perhaps I can do in the future. I don't think I would, as I said, choose a doll with this sort of mobility. I prefer the solider ones. But she did come with the package of the others I got. So it was a real bargain to get her in there as well. And I'm lucky things like her hands are intact, because that's just like a little hinge. That would probably end up being something that's glued if that broke. But hopefully a nice clean up. She has all her eyelashes. It looks like someone's tried to give her a little bit of a makeup session there. So I do need to give her a good clean up. I'm getting better at that. Oh, we've got a few hair plugs missing. Nothing major. But obviously I have at least learned that if I do need to get her head off, hot water is the way to do it if I do it. So hopefully she's going to join my other girls now. For now, I'll just rinse her hair again. For now, I'll just give her a clean up, find her a dress and brush her hair through, because at the moment I'm sort of running up a hill backwards trying to get everything done, so I don't think I'm going to get time to do anything else with her this side of Christmas. But hopefully it was helpful to somebody. Hopefully I'm going to get some more advice, because there's some lovely people out there that do this far more professional than I do. And so it would be lovely to hear from you, sort of for future use, and also for comments for people reading the YouTube video themselves, because then they can look at your comments and get some information out of it. So it helps everybody. So hopefully you enjoyed that. Hopefully you'll come back and see what I'm doing next. Just like, subscribe and share, and the little notification bell if you do want to see other things. My head's a bit loose, isn't it? In the future. And hope to see you soon. Bye.